Just take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. Yeah, I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. This I ain't joshing on the grind like Eric Costin. Sit around and grab a drink, we talking what you wanted. If mostly you don't know me when it dropped, then I'm mostly what they bopping. You could save what you got when it's Tuesday, I'll be locked.
Listen to this. Aaron Rodgers. He was lying about the COVID.
He was lying the whole time. This guy really wants out.
You know what? For a guy that kind of had the Green Bay Packers and his organization on the ropes going, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm MVP. I'm the greatest thing that's ever come to Green Bay. Boy, do you look sick. And after a great game last week.
Oh, my goodness. The game
and I lost him on my fantasy now.
It's a big thing. It's disrespectful as a shareholder, as a fan, as a human.
As a human.
It's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. You don't lie. But let's talk about good organizations.
Who?
It's called the CJSW. CJSW.com, 90.9 FM. You're listening to The Sports Show. This week's version of The Sports Show. As you know, we got our podcast that we do every week. But once a month, we have the privilege.
That's right.
Of doing this. So remember, you can go to the spoken word segment on CJSW.com. They got a whole great lineup of great shows, but of course ours is The Sports Show. You can follow us at Sports Show YYC. That's Instagram, Twitter, Sports Show YYC on Facebook. All the channels will be on the links when we post up the episode. But thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And the month just can't go by fast enough.
No. I'd be lying if I said I don't get excited at the beginning of the month. The second Tuesday of the month, actually.
It's a great Tuesday.
It's a good Tuesday.
It's a fantastic Tuesday.
Excellent.
It's my favorite Tuesday.
Exactly. Really exciting stuff. Last week we were doing the CJSW drive. Raised a lot of money. Great work, everyone. Thank you to everybody that did donate, both on Hellenic Radio that we do on the weekends and the Sports Show.
Absolutely. And look, here's the thing. If you're thinking, I missed the boat, I know the week is the funding drive, you can do it anytime. Okay, you can do it anytime.
Send us money anytime you want.
Hey, you know what? We'll take it. Cash.
Yeah, cash money.
No problem.
Yeah, we don't like paper trails.
Hey, under the table. We'll give you a discount if you're paying in cash.
Exactly. Being that we're Greek, we like it, little cash money envelopes.
We were born on cash.
We were born on cash.
That's the thing. One thing that'll never escape us from Greek parents is that we'll never get rid of it. We always have to have a little bit of cash.
That's right.
And nowadays you go to a store, you go to buy something, and automatically they're punching in the debit machine.
That's right.
Because they think debit, credit, whatever.
Hey.
Right? No.
Yeah.
Lately, this past week, because I just sold some old Christmas decorations.
Sure.
For $60.
Okay.
Got rid of it. Facebook
Nice.
Marketplace. Cash.
Cash.
Guess what I did?
What?
I'm paying cash now.
Wow.
Everything's cash.
Everything's back to the cash. History repeats itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 30 minutes of your ear, so we're excited. We're going to get you all the sports information you're going to need for the next month. You can really impress your friends by all the information we're about to give you. In the next
it is so useful. And if you find yourself, you're in class and listening to this show, which plays the second Tuesday of every month, live, 11:30 a.m., 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Great. So what? If you catch the podcast after and you're just cutting class or you're pretending to listen, fantastic.
I like it.
Smart.
How about we start with a little baseball? The World Series just ended yesterday, so here's a little tidbit. The Atlanta Braves. This team wasn't even playing 500 ball, call it, no pun intended, but they weren't even at a 500 record in August. So around August 6th, they hit 500 and they caught fire and didn't look back. One of the only of 9 teams to ever win the World Series with 85 plus wins. They had 88, so not that much more than the 85. Big thing, huge names got hurt. The number one, Acuna, is their biggest guy, is the biggest ace on their team, the guy that did all their work. He gets hurt. So what do? Most teams would have basically just said, you know what? Our number one player's hurt. We can't do anything about it. Let's just give up. Sell. Sell.
Sure.
But this is the problem. Dimitri and I have alluded to it. We're both Greek guys. Who runs the Atlanta Braves?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the same guy that was able to take the Blue Jays since their 91-92 win to the World Series, Alex Anthopoulos.
That's right.
To which I think this team should be called the Atlanta Anthopoulos.
I love that.
Or Atlanta Greeks.
Either
or.
I like the Atlanta Greeks, and I'll throw in another one. When he left Toronto, he went to the Dodgers. Oh, what did they do last year? Nothing. Just won the World Series.
No, just a
team that he built.
So basically, Greek people are the best at baseball.
So what I'm saying is that Alex Anthopoulos is technically the MVP of yesterday's World Series game without actually ever throwing a pitch or hitting a ball.
Now, I don't want to be biased, Mitch, but dare I say that when you have an achievement of this caliber, I think other sports, cross sports, should say, now that's a GM.
That's right.
Like maybe he should win the NHL GM award.
I think, you know what? With that kind of payroll, and I mean, he didn't have the highest payroll. His best player got hurt. He, instead of going, I'm just going to sell, which is the number one thing they do in baseball, he said, no, I'm buying. This guy could be a stockbroker.
Cash.
Too. Cash. That's right.
Cash.
Guaranteed he paid everyone in cash. Exactly. But even more, speaking of cash, let's talk about it. We talked about it on our podcast on the sports show. If you want to download that at any time, go to Spotify. We talked about it. It's Mattress Mac. He lost. $36 million, ladies and gentlemen, not on the game. He bet at the beginning of the season to pick the Houston Astros to win the World Series. He had an opportunity to double down, to basically say, here's my insurance, give me half the money. Vegas said, we'll give you half, Matrix, don't take the full 36. He said, no way. Me and my 55 nuns, I'm not joking, he brought 55 nuns to the game. He bet it all, said, no, I'm not doubling down. I want the full 36 million. They lose.
See, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. Who do you get mad at more? The Houston Astros for letting you down, for costing the money, or bringing the nuns along? Heaven forbid. Okay, look, I'm Orthodox myself.
I know.
If my mom is listening to the words I'm saying, we're in big trouble. But here's the thing. The nuns are saying, hey, why don't you bring us to the game? Don't worry. We're in tight with JC. We'll do a little prayer for you.
Exactly.
They didn't deliver.
They didn't deliver.
I
don't know.
I can't believe I'm even saying this.
I hate to say it, too. It's like...
But the nuns should be on the hook. I would go to those nuns and say, hey, there's 55 of you.
Right.
Hey, I'll go to the UFC because there's a lot of math people at the UFC.
Right.
They do math.
They do, yeah.
Smart
Engineer,
kids.
yeah.
Hey, each of you, fork up 50 grand. Okay?
Yeah,
I want my money back.
Exactly.
I think I want it back.
So my big thing is, it's kind of funny because he ended up losing. Why, Dimitri? What's one of the 7 deadly sins?
Gluttony.
And what did I write right here? You got cocky, Mattress Mac. You're already a millionaire. You're 90 plus. You're playing on borrowed time, and you wanted the 36 million. Mattress Mac. I mean, I feel bad for you, but I don't feel bad for you after a while.
No, you can't.
I can't.
You can't.
You have it all, man.
The only thing he has is his mattresses now.
But honestly, somebody's got to come up with a great joke. I mean, hey, guy walks into a baseball game with 55 nuns. Somebody's got something here. Somebody. I just gave you the opener. Somebody finish it off for me. I don't know.
Someone's got to come up with like a beverage product called 55 nuns.
That's not bad.
Write that down.
Write that down. I'm gonna write that down.
Marketing team at the UFC, where are you?
Yeah, where are you?
We need you.
Hey, business, hurry up. So from there, let's talk about what's going to happen. There's 3 big potential fights coming up. 2 of them happening this weekend. You got Usman and Covington 2, UFC 263 happening this weekend. Who do you like in this one?
I'm going to tell you, normally I'd say Usman.
Yeah.
I'd say he's coming in as the favorite, but no, I'm picking Covington. You want to know why?
Sure.
Because when I see someone who doesn't have their eye on the prize,
okay,
it bothers me. So for example, Canelo Alvarez, and I'm sure you're going to get to that,
we are
fighting the same day in the boxing world. And what is Usman saying? I'd love to have a fight. Best guy in UFC versus the best guy in boxing.
I see what you're saying.
No.
He's getting ahead of himself.
Au contraire, mon frère. You don't do that. You talk about that after the dealing's done.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So I'm going X Factor pick.
Okay.
Just like the Atlanta Greeks, I'm going X Factor pick.
I like where you're going.
Covington.
I think so too. I'm not going to lie to you. Revenge. Again, another of the 7 deadly sins. Hits coming in. I feel like there's a theme here. I didn't plan on it. The theme is happening. The biggest fight this weekend, because you're a big boxing guy, I'm more the UFC guy, you're more the boxing guy. It's Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Now, this is going to be, if they win, this is for the super middleweight championship. This is going to unify the WBA, WBC, WBO, and the IBF. Winner take all. Who do you like in this one?
Look, Canelo Alvarez is the odds-on favorite. He's a far superior boxer. He's the man in boxing. He's the biggest draw. I don't care what anybody says. He is better than Caleb Plant. However, this is the first time that he'll be actually able to unify like these belts. And so it's been a long time coming. For those that don't know boxing, it's kind of a mess. There's 4 different organizations and belts, and we can get into it another day. I still like Canelo Alvarez, but here's the thing. This guy, Caleb Plant, is one hell of a boxer.
Yeah.
And he's not just another one of those, let's try to sell pay-per-view tickets because you're kind of good. Alvarez is in an elite level of his own. The way he fights, he's just. But this is going to be a tough one, Mitch. I'm not surprised. If this is the weekend of upsets, if you will.
I hear you.
They're two good matchups.
I'm just gonna go with Caleb Plant because the guy that does our intro that you guys really really like, his name's Caleb. So I'm gonna go with Caleb as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I like it. Quick thing, boxing. These guys are super middleweight champs. An idea. I weigh in the 200-ish. You weigh in the 180, 190-ish. Can we just start, instead of saying how much do you weigh, what class are you in? I'm a super middleweight. Oh, I'm a heavyweight. I think instead of telling each other what the weight classes you're in, you say, I'm in this weight class.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that just the natural everyday human fluctuates in weight. One morning you're on the scale, it says 194. You're like, I didn't eat late last night. Yeah. Then you go, you feel like you've eaten too much. You go in, all of a sudden you're 188. You're like, what is that's not just water.
I just want to have a society where I'm like, I'm a super middleweight.
Yeah.
And you can say I'm a lightweight or I'm a whatever. And it's respectable. You don't have to give the numbers out.
Yeah, you know what? If you were a super middleweight and you weren't chiseled, it doesn't matter. It still sounds very empowering. It's an empowering system.
If you're on a dating site, you're on the Tinders, you're meeting some lady out there, or whatever the scenario might be, and you're like, they ask like, what's your favorite? Super middleweight.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's kind of cooler.
I think it's great.
I think everyone wins that way.
We're problem solvers.
Right, that's what we do. From there, the last fight, it just got signed the other day, December the 18th, for all those big lovers of the Jake Paul. He's got his biggest battle coming up. It's against Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury, no, it's not Tyson Fury. It's his brother.
It's his brother. Yeah.
They're fighting each other December 18th. This is going to be Jake Paul's biggest challenge. Are you excited about this? Paul Fury is his name, by the way.
Yeah, I am excited about it because, number one, what you're going to see is that Fury is supposed to win. He's just supposed to win. He is an actual trained boxer. Okay, he's supposed to come in and win. He's active. He's not just like Tyron Woodley who comes from the UFC and whatnot, or
a basketball star.
Yeah, or a basketball star. This is a legitimate thing. So he's coming to knock his head off.
Right.
But Jake Paul's also a guy who does not take fights that he doesn't think he can win either. The guy's very strategic. They've done a very good thing for their brand. For their image, for revenue, everything. It's all been very well handled, very well calculated. However, here's the thing. I've been, I look at the tape.
Right.
Okay. Again, I'm boxing. I look at the tape. I'm going to tell you what. Fury should knock this guy out within the first 2 rounds.
Sure.
But he does keep his head too high up when he's throwing punches.
All right.
And if Jake Paul can actually train to counterpunch, he's got a legitimate chance of knocking him out.
This is too big. I say Fury knocks him out, and he has to. The whole boxing world can't let Jake Paul win this fight. They just can't. It'll make a mockery of their sport. They have to stop him. I'm not saying I want him to be stopped, but they have to stop him.
I don't want him to be Mitch,
right.
Everyone in the boxing world's like, you got to stop this guy. No, boxing, you don't. You need him to keep going.
I agree.
He's pulling every other fan into the
it's
boxing
true.
world.
It's true.
And he's not even a boxer.
I know.
He's bringing the numbers.
It's crazy. I agree. If I'm a boxing guy that I've been waking up at 4 a.m., chowing down on raw egg yolks and doing push-ups in the morning, I want Jake Paul to lose because this is just not fair. I didn't wake up at 4. I'm not a morning guy.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You respect the morning.
I respect the morning.
But it doesn't mean you have to, you can't marry the morning.
It's true.
You got to do you.
Dimitri, we're off to a quick little segment. It's called Dump and Chase. It's our hockey segment. And I'm going to tell you something. Unfortunately, I don't respect what happened just this last week. Mm-hmm. We like to joke around, but there's a serious moment that happened, and it's a topic that we'd like to bring up because just last week, Kyle Beach is a player that was on the Blackhawks in 2010, and he was sexually assaulted by one of the coaches. I almost don't want to say his name, but just for the sake of it, his name's Brad Aldrich. This guy's a piece of trash all the way through. He used his power, and he basically made Kyle Beach do things that he didn't want to do, and what happened is 10 years later, in fact, it's now come to fruition. The NHL has egg on its face. The timeline is simply, I can give it to you really quickly. In May 12th to the 19th, the Chicago Blackhawks were playing the San Jose Sharks in the Western Conference Final. This incident happened during that time. then on May 23rd, Kyle Beach went to another coach and said, hey, listen, this guy kind of took advantage of his position. He made me do things I didn't want to do. And this coach, Vincent, what's this gentleman's name? Paul Vincent, went to the other head brass. He went to all the big coaches. He went to the GM. He went to the owners and said, this scenario happened. Well, would you have it? The Chicago Blackhawks end up beating the San Jose Sharks, and they go to the Stanley Cup final. These larger than, the largest figures on the NHL, on the Chicago Blackhawks team, the names of John McDonough, Bowman, Jay Blunk, and then assistant GM Kevin Cheveldae and coach Joe Quinville were all assessed of the situation, and they basically pawned it off. They put it to the side saying, look, we're in the Stanley Cup. We can't have this distract our guys. Fast forward to after the Stanley Cup. They had won the Stanley Cup, June 10th. So literally a week or so later, Aldrich has had another physical altercation with another person on the team that went to the HR department, said his piece. They finally, HR got involved and said, hey, did you do this? And if you did, here's your two choices. A, resign. B, we put in an investigation. They allow him to resign. But this is the one that kills me the most. I told Dimitri about this timeline. He got a Stanley Cup ring. He got his name on the Stanley Cup, but as of today, thank God, they actually ripped his name off the Stanley Cup. However, he still got severance pay, and he got the NHL bonus money. A lot of people may not know this, but the NHL players actually stop getting paid once the NHL playoffs start, and the only way you can make extra money is you make it to the Stanley Cup, and you get a little bit of money that way. He got that kind of money. He was there for the banner raising, and he actually even got a day with the Stanley Cup like everyone does on the organization.
After the fact.
Fast forward, they release him. He goes to another organization, the University of Miami, Ohio. There, another altercation happened. He gets let go from that position. He starts volunteering. Another altercation. Police are involved. He gets 9 months in jail. Finally, 10 years later, just a couple of months ago, Kyle Beach and his lawyers said, hey, we're coming forward. We're going to tell you exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. And now the NHL turns around and basically fines the Chicago Blackhawks $2 million, saying how you guys did this and the way we saw it through our investigation is you guys grossly did this. Dimitri, quick thoughts. Not that we want to go through this quickly, but I felt like we had to bring this up.
You know what, Mitch? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And if you're just tuning in, again, you're listening to the CJSW 90.9 FM University Radio, CJSW.com, the sports show. And thank you for tuning in. And again, if you're just in here right now, Mitch basically outlined the Chicago Blackhawks and Aldridge's situation and Kyle Beach and everything happening really day by day, because there's a lot more coming in. Mm-hmm. To answer your question, Mitch, I'm everywhere with this. Mm-hmm. I'm upset. I'm curious. I want more, and I think at this point right now, like I really want to unload. I want to unleash. Of course, I think that I only have a small piece of anger that a lot of people are feeling. But the thing is at the end of the day, here's what I want to see. I think more is about to unfold. Yeah. I think that as big as it's already gotten, I think they just scratched the surface. I think there's more detail. I want to be patient. All I want is, I want to know exactly who is involved. I want to know everything, and I want it out in the air, and I want I want them to all go down. Mm-hmm. I want everyone to pay the price, but I think that we do need to give it time to really uncover absolutely everything before we give our 2 cents, and not to protect anyone that I feel needs protection, but it's just I want to know everything because I think there's more.
Yeah,
I think there's absolutely more. So here's the thing: handled clearly wrong,
very bad. Yeah.
Okay. Still, in my opinion, trying to be too diplomatic at this point in time, and I just hope that in the coming weeks and months, as we talk about it, because it's not done, that we're feeling a little bit better because justice is being served. This isn't small. Yeah. This isn't hearsay. This isn't one of those arguments where we go back in time and it's a cancel culture topic where people say, and it was, no.
Yeah.
This is unfortunately black and white for me.
Couldn't agree more.
And no pun intended with the Blackhawks, but what a big black mark on the organization.
Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten to the players yet. Now here, right?
Exactly.
And that's where we're starting to go to. And we haven't gotten to the players yet. That's why I say I want to see everything.
What Dimitri's saying is there was a player on the team that has come out. Brent Sopel has come out and said that everyone on the team basically knew the scenario. And that's the maybe, dare I say, more troublesome than even... Look, management knew and had the abilities and the capabilities to do something, didn't do it. But then the actual players also may have known something and didn't do something. Very, very... It's just horrible and sad all the way through, either which way. With that being said, you know what? We will continue to follow this story. We'll keep you guys knowledgeable on it as we keep going on. But, we'll get back to where it is. So with that being said, the NHL is already 3 weeks into the season. And we have our, the sports show NHL Dean's List. So these are the top teams in the NHL. We're going to give it to you. We got some teams. We call them the creepers. They're the guys that are looking in. They're good, but they're not great yet, and they're not in the top 5. Who are they? The Sharks, the Blues, the Jets, and the Caps as of right now. All kind of in that same wheelhouse, but not really there. At number 5, the New York Rangers. Last year's team that I picked to do something didn't do anything. Now they're making me look bad.
Because this year I picked them to do something.
Isn't that the truth? At number 4, hey, welcome to the show, boys. Last week you were number 5. You moved up one spot. It's the Calgary Flames, our boys.
Looking good.
Something's in the works, maybe.
And dare I say there might be some changes.
Isn't that the truth? At number 3, it's a team that was tied for number 1 last week. It's you, Edmonton Oilers. I'm not going to move you that far up, but you're still playing really well. Only 1 loss so far in the season. Well done.
Great.
At number 2, it's the Carolina Hurricane. This team, it's Mr. Keg. These guys are just consistent every year. Just
consistent
right
steak.
Boom.
Every day.
Every
the
time.
Carolina Kegs.
And at number 1, this team just can't be beat right now. It is the Florida Panthers. They are going to stay at number 1.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you know what? To no one's surprise.
Right.
The writings were on the wall last year. Make some additions, justifiably so.
Exactly.
Justifiably so.
From there, let's go over to the dropouts. These are the teams that are they're not even trying anymore. They're just going to class. They're just not even doing anything. And they also have a couple of guys they're almost there, but they're still studying on the side. It's the Kings, the Golden Knights, and the Kraken. I mean, hey, Golden Knights, what's going on with you guys? You guys shouldn't even be in this realm. You should be on the other side. But hey, underachieving. I appreciate it. I was an underachiever as well. At number 5, it's the Dallas Stars. What happened to Dallas?
Sorry, are they still even a team in the league?
They are.
Have they played their first game?
And may I say, worst third jersey of all time. That alternative lime with the black, horrible.
It makes me question if I'm colorblind.
It
makes me question myself.
Yeah.
And I've been very sure for 38 years.
At number 4, it's the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal, what happened last year in the Cup? Now, nothing.
You know what? Yeah, this is drop. You know what this is? You did good first semester.
Yeah.
Well, now you took it for granted.
You took it for
Now
granted.
you're skipping a little.
Got a little cocky, did you?
You're experimenting now, hey?
At number 3, it's the Penguins. Dude, what happened to your boys? They were 3-0 and then they dropped it.
Still early. They got COVID's.
At number 2, it's Arizona, and they're winless. Not one game have they won yet.
It's brutal.
Horrible.
But I said there's only room for one good Arizona team.
It's so
this year
true.
it's in the NFL.
And the number 1 team, and weirdly enough, they actually are the worst team in the NHL, and maybe just got the worst reputation right now. It's Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, who wants to play there right now?
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. From there,
dropout. They might be part of the first ever suspension list.
Exactly. From there, let's move over to the NFL. It's halfway point. We're at week 8 now. They got an uneven. It's a week 17 now. They added that extra week, but I'm going to consider it midway point.
Fair enough.
Midway point. So, because we're doing this sports show for the college students, let's do a little game. I'm going to name off some teams, word association. I say a team, you give me
first thing that comes to your mind. I got to keep it clean.
You got well, you don't have to, but for the kids.
For the kids.
All right.
Shoot.
First one up, the Buffalo Bills.
Tough.
The New England Patriots.
Resilient.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Just there.
Just there. Give me the Indianapolis Colts.
Waste of time.
Man, I'm not even going to say it.
Just let it go.
I'm just going to, you know what? How about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Disappointing.
The Dallas Cowboys.
On track.
The Los Angeles Rams.
About time.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The keg.
Yeah, I mean, again, consistency right down the middle. The Arizona Cardinals.
Dynamic.
I'd say fakers.
Well, just because our Packers won. But
No,
what?
not just that. It's just I'm just
Dynamic.
saying. And last one, it's the team we both cheer for, the Green Bay Packers.
Last ride.
Last ride. It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this fake COVID thing or whatever happened with
sure.
Aaron.
You're too smart.
Come on, Aaron. You knew. From there, we'll go to a little segment we like to call Rapid Banter. Here we go. Justin Martin is a high school quarterback that threw 13 touchdown passes last week. Pretty awesome. Or Al Bundy, still better.
Al Bundy, 4 in a game. Poke high.
On Spitting Chicklets, Ryan Whitney says the Edmonton Oilers will go further than the Calgary Flames in the playoffs. Bissonnette disagrees. Who's right?
Not Bissonnette.
The Maple Leafs gave out another big contract, this time to Riley. 5 players on TO now make up 58.9% of the 2022 salary cap. What does TO have against analytics?
Nothing. They obviously got cash.
Kim Kardashian spotted dating Pete Davidson from SNL. How does this guy keep getting the ladies? Ariana Grande, Kia Getter, Kate Beckinsale. What gives with this guy?
The guy's just really big at heart.
That's what I heard too. He's got a big heart. That's what I heard that too. Aaron Rodgers dressed up as John Wick for Halloween. Who is more feared by his peers, Aaron or John?
Oh, John. Handgun skills.
Handgun.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I still think pound for pound, who wins, Wick or Bourne? I don't know. I'm so conflicted.
Why don't they do crossover stuff like that?
Because nobody wants to find out the truth.
Okay. Braves won the World Series. Goggles, check. Champagne, check. Cigar, check. Were they missing anything?
No, they got it covered.
That's it. By the way, World Series trophy, worst trophy in all sports.
Oh, they're not even trying.
Like, you can't drink from it. You can't eat off it. Like,
It's just a bunch of little flags.
Just a little,
and they're not even flags. They're little pennants.
It's weird.
I don't know.
All right.
And they don't even move. At least if they were like gold leaf moving flags, I could take that.
Squid Game hottest costume and show. Do you think you would have done well in green light, red light?
Are you squidding me? You're looking at the winner.
There it is. That's Rapid Banter for this week. Okay. From there, we go to, it's the segment that made us really popular back in the day. It had a different name, but it's got a cooler name now. It's Pass or Fail.
Love it.
Here we go. Now, we wanted to talk about it, but the NHL kind of took away from it. There's big controversy in the next month's podcast. We'll talk about it. It's young versus old. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you who's pass, who's fail. I'm comparing old generation players versus new generation players. You got to give me one's pass, one's fail. All right, here we go. Fleury or Gaudreau?
Fleury.
Who's the pass?
No,
who's the
pass. Fleury's pass.
Fleury's
Gaudreau
pass.
fail.
Oh.
It's called the Stanley Cup, Mitch.
All right, Sampras or Federer?
Hurts me. Sampras, he's Greek. I don't care. It's the trump card.
Lamar Jackson or Randall Cunningham?
Ooh, good one. Lamar Jackson.
I knew you were going to go. All right, 2 more. Jerome McGinley or Cam Neely?
You know what? Cam Neely.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Blasphemy.
Okay, where was Jerome McGinley? Did he play Seabass in Dumb and Dumber?
He did not.
I didn't think so.
He did not. I'll give it to you. Fair enough. All right, 2 more. Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
You son of a gun. You're doing this to me live on
air. You know
air.
I did it.
It's Hulk Hogan, pass.
John Cena or Ric Flair?
Ric Flair, pass.
Woo! All right, and 2 more, real quick. McDavid or Crosby?
You son of a gun. Hey, I'm taking the 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Pass Crosby.
What?
McDavid.
Oh my God.
You're the guy who wants to trade
Last
him.
one, and it's the easiest one. Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Get out
Pass
of here.
Jordan.
Get
fail.
out of here. Move it along.
Because you do this all the time.
Move it along.
You did it then, you did it now. You did it this week. Look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Don't forget, it is The Sports Show, your sports show. CJSW 90.9 FM, University Radio Station, Treaty 7 Land. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can always listen to the rest of the podcast. We do it once a week. Sports Show YYC. Those are the handles. You can look us up on Facebook, on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean. Sports Show YYC. Thank you so much, Calgary. Appreciate it.
Tom Brady, Joe Montana.
Tom Brady, pass.
It's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit Dimitri and Mitches. CJS never really misses. Treaty 7 land, baby, shout out to Indigenous. My girl, she got mad at me cause she don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to witness what freedom is, so now I tell that girl, get out my business. Do this, I ain't joshing on the grind like Eric Costin. Sit around and grab a drink, we talking what you wanted. It's mostly you don't know me when it drop, then I'm mostly what they bopping. You could say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.